Boys, I was going to film this video tomorrow, but I'm going to start it today because something's just arrived in the post, and it's something that is obviously making me very happy. Let me increase the height on this a little bit. Ignore the head, I'm going to shave it in a minute. But this is on the fly, I wasn't going to film today, but Jesus Christ, this has changed my mood. I was in a mood all day because the Amazon guy was supposed to deliver this earlier, made me change my training time to later in the day, and then pushed the time back even more, so my training was all fucked up. But it is what it is because it's arrived, and she's here, and we have the Ninja Creamy. Not the best angle there. We have the Ninja Creamy, boys. We went with the normal version. So they've got the normal one, and then they've got the Ninja Creamy Deluxe. Deluxe is 250 quid. This one was 180. Everyone told me to go for this one, so I went for this one. I'm telling you, this arrived 10 minutes ago. It's already ready. I've mixed up my whey. It's in the freezer for tomorrow. Meal 1, pre-workout and post-workout. All three of them are in the freezer. Cookie dough flavoured whey in an ice cream format on prep. Is this going to be the next diet hack? I'm a little bit late to the party, so I feel like it is. But wow, boys, I'm excited. But yeah, that's not the point of today's video. This video, we're going to be talking about the cost of bodybuilding. That is a prep purchase, and that we're going to ignore in terms of cost. I'm going to break down the cost of actually competing. You know, fees for the shows, fees for the travel, fees for the registration, for the fucking memberships. It's a lot. And I want to do a video to break it all down because I feel like if I was doing my first ever season again and there was a video that kind of broke all of the pricing down, I would have really appreciated it, because bodybuilding is expensive and that's just the reality of it. So I thought I'd break it down. As an amateur, we don't make money from this. 99% of us don't make money from this. So it's an expensive venture, an expensive hobby. So why not help you out, give you a little pointer. This costs this costs that. This is how much I've just spent, as I've just booked all my fucking shows and travel and accommodation yesterday in one big day, and it was a lot of money to come out of my account. So we're going to sit down and talk about it, and then we're going to go train back. This is tomorrow, by the way, so I'm going to leave this here. We're going to wake up tomorrow. We're going to review the Ninja Creamy, and then we're going to break down the cost of competing, because I don't think you lot are ready to see how much came out of my account yesterday. It wasn't fun. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. It is 17 minutes past 6. We're just going to go for a walk. Since Tom took cardio out, we stick to the same routine, and I still walk down to the gym where I would do my cardio, and I just walk on the treadmill for 30 minutes. Everyone's loving that pill trick. Okay, cool. So we are going to do my climb as well, and then we're going to shoot off to the gym to do some steps. I'm not going to take the camera because it is currently -2 outside apparently, and I do not really fancy holding something in the cold, so I keep my hands firmly in my pockets. And then we'll get back. Last night was the first night of shit sleep on prep. I was waking up every hour, pretty much on the dot, or like at least every other hour. I woke up at 1, then I woke up at 2, and then I woke up at 3:30, and then I woke up at 5, and then I woke up at 6. So I was like, bro, I'm just gonna get up. So I mean, I guess I'm getting lean, so it is what it is. Cleanse in. Let's fucking go. Alright, I will catch you back here for meal 1, where we're going to try the Ninja Creamy. That's probably why I couldn't sleep, I was just excited.
Yeah?
It looks better. Oh my god.
Does it work?
Yeah, what the fuck? That's ridiculous.
Good.
Do you want to try like a little bit?
Yeah, go on then. Oh my god.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
In it. What the hell?
Mate, I'm going to have one of them for my family.
Yeah? This is a game changer. No, genuinely, this is fucking insane. I feel like it's weird because I'm late to the party, but that's ridiculously nice. And then we just add raspberries to it. But like that's so much more than, or it feels like so much more than I would have eaten for meal one anyway. If you've got a sweet tooth, like me, or lack thereof teeth, like me, this is good.
That is nice.
That's very nice. Yeah. That's very nice. Right, well, I'm going to do meal one. I'm going to eat meal one, and then we'll continue the video later, because that's not the point of today's video. But Ninja Creamy. Success. I'm excited to try other flavours now.
Yeah.
Chocolate. That cinnamon donut one would be quite nice. Or the Neapolitan ice cream one, because it is an ice cream flavour.
Vanilla.
Vanilla?
Plain vanilla.
Oh, come on. Yeah, you can't. Salted caramel would be quite nice.
Oh, yeah. Then put salt in it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. No. Leave it. Leave it. Wait. Yes! Which one?
He's so cute.
He is so cute.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the main part of this video, like I said, I'm going to talk about the cost of competing, what it actually costs, okay? There's a fair few things you need to take into account when it comes to competing in terms of cost. Now, I could go into absolutely fucking everything throughout your prep, including, you know, your gym membership, your coaching, what you pay your coach, your food, your PEDs, your supplements, your clothing that you buy on prep. That type of shit I'm not going to talk about, because I'm talking about direct costs to do the show, to compete. And that's something that I think a lot of people don't actually realise how expensive it can get and how quickly it can get there. So we can go over all of those extra bits at the end, but to break it all down for you, I think it would be best for me to just go direct into the stuff that you pay for the show itself, right? So the first one being travel. Okay, now travel can vary, obviously. You know, you could be doing a show that's 10 minutes away. You could be doing a show that's on the other side of the fucking country. Or you could be doing a show that you need to fly to. For example, I'm going to obviously talk about me with my upcoming shows. There's 4 shows in the works here. We have the first Two Bros Regional, which is down in Essex. I'm up in Leeds, so it's a fair bit of a drive all the way down. So you've got to take into account like petrol costs, everything like that. My second show is in Sweden, so we're going to be flying from down south. So we've got to drive down south again. Then we've got to fly from London Stansted all the way to Stockholm, Arlanda, Stockholm Airport. That's a decent amount of travel. From the airport, we then have to get taxis and stuff to the hotel, and then vice versa all the way back home, right? Then we have the PCA Universe. PCA Universe for me is not too far, because we're in Leeds and the PCA Universe is in Hull. So it's not that much of a journey, but again, it's still like an hour's drive there and an hour's drive back. So that's, you know, petrol costs you have to take into account. Like I said, this is very dependent on what shows you're doing, how many shows you're doing, where the location is, obviously. But travel is a massive one that people don't really tend to take into account, okay? Now, when it comes to actually competing with the shows, you have to think about is the show registration fee and the membership fee. So I'm obviously just going to be talking about the UK, because obviously I'm not in America, so I can't really refer to those federations. But in the UK, you need to pay for a membership fee for both PCA and Two Bros federations. So for Two Bros, you need to pay for your NPC membership, which is the same in America. And then for PCA, you just pay for a PCA membership, which is a one-off payment, and it lasts you the whole year. But that's something that you need to take into account, because that's a payment that's going to come out of your account as well. And then the registration fee is where it gets quite expensive quite quickly. So, for example, with Two Bros and the NPC, you can do multiple categories. You don't just do one. But that comes at a cost. So you pay per category, okay? So for example, if I'm doing juniors and then open men's light heavyweights, I need to pay the registration fee for the juniors and the registration fee for the light heavyweights. Some people go to these shows and do like 4, 5, 6, 7 fucking classes, which is mental to me because you're dropping a lot of money on that. But each to their own. PCA, you can only do one category. So that makes it a little bit cheaper for him. However, if you're doing a bigger show like I am in terms of the PCA universe, not just a regional qualifier, their prices do go up a little bit. Not too much, but something to note, they will be a little bit more expensive. So that's definitely 2 more things that you need to take into account when it comes to planning out your shows for your season. This is a slightly smaller one, but again, it's not cheap. Tanning costs. You need to think about how much you're paying for your tan. Now, there's multiple options here. You can do your own tan. Again, you still have to buy the kit and still do it yourself. So that's, again, still a cost. But if you are going, for example, through Two Bros and they have the Get Bronzed team, then you're paying a premium for their service of them, knowing what they're doing and paying for them to do your tan. So this is definitely something you need to take into account because this gets quite expensive quite quickly. But it is also something that I would say is, unless you really, really know what you're doing, is a necessary thing. Especially if it's your first show, you want to take all that stress away from trying to figure out how to do the tan yourself. And just letting the professionals do it because they know what they're doing and they've done it many, many times before. So the likelihood of your tan being shit is a lot less. Trunks or posing suits, whatever you want to call it. Again, a one-off payment, depending how many you get, but a one-off payment, something that you need to take into consideration. I would recommend looking at, in the UK, Iron Eagle posing trunks. That's where I get mine. I've literally just ordered some yesterday, 2 pairs, so they're coming hopefully fucking soon. But again, it's a cost you need to take into consideration in terms of presentation, how you're going to look on stage, what colour you want to wear, all of that. Now, 2 options here. So, for example, talking personally, a videographer. Now, I have done and am going to this year have a private videographer there with me for my shows. That is something that you need to pay for, and that is something that, one, you're paying the videographer their money because they're doing the filming, the editing, whatever, producing the content that you want. But you also need to pay the federation a media fee, a media pass. So with Two Bros, it's ridiculous, which is, if you're doing a Two Bro show, I'd recommend probably steering away from this because it's like £500 for a media pass. PCA, I don't think they actually charge for a media pass, but I think you do need to apply for one so that you can bring your camera in. And then on the alternate option, we have stage pics / videos. So the federation will offer that as a service as well. So you actually get the professional stage pictures, which I do recommend getting. As one, it's good memories. 2, it's something to look back at and think like, cool, I've got the proper professional pictures here. And I'm pretty sure they do offer like videos at some shows as well, which are like 8K videos, amazing quality. If I have the option to do this at like Sweden, for example, this is something I'll be doing, and this as well. So that can get very expensive. If you know anything about sort of like content creation, videographers and stuff like this, 100% worth it if they're good, but it's expensive. So something that's worth thinking about there. A big one, hotel / Airbnb. I would always lean towards an Airbnb if you can. Just because of the simplicity of you having a kitchen, having a little bit more freedom, flexibility to cook and prepare your meals. It's also just a little bit more space. It's a little bit nicer. Do you know what I mean? Hotels are a good option, of course, but regardless, accommodation as a whole is something that you really, really do need to think about. How close to the venue can you be? Is it convenient for where you or your coach are going to be, so your coach can have a look at you in person? How expensive is it going to be to get? For example, for Sweden. We've booked a hotel because there's a hotel which is a 5-minute walk from the venue rather than Airbnb, which is a 30-minute drive. And the hotel we've booked, I've booked the room for me and Lucy, and then I've booked a room for my videographer, Andrew, as well. So these things can add up very, very quickly and can get very expensive. So I'd recommend, if you do know which show you're doing and you're fully committed to doing it, booking this as early as you physically can. You can always get, for example, like more than likely on these options, you can get the sort of refund discount, or what's it called? Refund guarantee, like cancellation cost at like 0 when you cancel early or something. So just do this early. Don't leave this to last minute because 1, you may not actually find anywhere. 2, the prices will be a lot higher. I'm going to have to crack open a Monster for this one because I'm going to tell you how much I've just spent on my show fees. I actually managed to book all 4 of my shows, all 4 accommodations, all 4 tanning, all 4, literally everything for every show this season in one day. And I don't think I've ever felt that close to crying spending that much money. Like it genuinely was painful to do. I'm not going to lie. I have it all written out on my notes because I had to add it all up. And again, that made me feel even worse about it. So, right, let's just go straight through to it. I've added it all up again, just to make sure it was all right. And I've written it all down on here so you can pause it and have a look and kind of see each individual cost for what I paid all in one day the other day. Okay. So I'll hold it here. Again, feel free to pause it and stuff, but I will read through this and go through it with you. So NPC membership, we paid £44.10. Sweden registration fee was £168.44. Sweden tan was £147.54. Sweden hotel was £627. That's for 3 nights and for 2 rooms. So we've got 1 double room and 1 single room. The single room being for my videographer. Sweden flights, £671.54. That's for 3 people, me, Lucy, and my videographer, Andrew. Two Bros regional registration was £140. Two Bros tan was £65. PCA membership was £48. PCA qualifier registration was £65. PCA universe registration was £80. PCA tan was £75. And PCA universe Airbnb, which is for 3 nights, £236. So that all added up, if you can't do that in your head, which I definitely couldn't, I had to work it out here, was £2,367.62p. Now, like I said at the beginning of this sort of segment, that's not taking into account PEDs, supplements, food, coaching costs, gym membership, travel to and from the gym every single day, 2 gym memberships if you have to, like I paid 2 gym memberships, one to Altered Image for cardio and one for House of Gains to train at. Like there's so many things you need to pay, and that's all on top of this. This was directly just for the shows. So the reason I wanted to do this is, one, not to show off, because I don't want to show off about that. That is fucking horrible that I've just spent that much money. It's more to give you a reality check and to make you wake up and think, fucking hell, this shit is expensive. Now, take into consideration, I am doing 4 shows. You can do a season with 1 show or 2 shows. But in my head, in my opinion, if I'm dieting for this long, getting this lean, I don't want to prep and put in all this effort for 1 show. I want to make the most out of the season, get as lean as I can, do as many shows as I can, then go into an off season, have my time away from stage, then come back when I'm ready again, right? So just be ready, because it is expensive. And to be honest, before my first ever season, if I saw a video like this, it would have made me not rethink it, but it sort of plan ahead at the beginning of my prep, like, right, I'm going to put this much money aside each month. Hopefully, keep adding to it, build up a savings pot, because it will come in handy, because that coming out in one day wasn't very fun at all. I am currently, 8 weeks out, just under 8 weeks out from Sweden and from the main shows. So the fact it's all booked and all paid for now is a massive stress off of me, which feels quite nice to say that I can just, everything's booked, everything's confirmed. I can just chill. So that feels quite nice. So being able to get this done early is definitely, or as early as possible for you, is probably the best way to go about it. Save yourself some stress from doing it last minute and potentially fucking it all up. But yeah, I thought this would be quite interesting to kind of go over. If you have any questions about it, please feel free to drop them in the comments. If you want me to go over anything in particular about any of this or anything similar, then let me know. But I feel like that might be quite useful for some people. If not, I apologise, and we'll go train in a minute. But it is currently 10:15. I'm going to train at 11:30. So I'm going to go start making my pre-workout in a minute. And I will meet you at the gym for a juicy back day. Okay? Let's fucking go. Oh.
Good. Right. Yeah. Come on, let's go. Good. Still more. Yes. One more. Let's go. Finish strong. One more. Drive it. Good lad. Come on, man. Yeah, good. Easy. Yes, come on. Let's go. One more. Yep. Yeah. Fuck me. Beautiful. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Yep. Easy. Yeah, good. Yep, come on. Still more.
Come on then.
Yes, that's you. Go again. Yes. Finish that.
One more.
Here we go.
Oh, fuck me. 3, 2, 1. Yep.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, good. Easy. Yes.
Come on.
Here we go. All the way.
One more.
Yep. Come on.
I'm just gonna hold the stretch on up. Okay. Yep.
Let's go. First bit's you. Drive. Good. 2 more like that.
Yep.
Come on. 1 more like that, and then hold at the bottom.
Yep.
Drive. Right, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yep. Nice. That kneeling hamstring curl's coming this week.
What is it?
I think it's coming tomorrow or Friday. We'll use it next week.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, all the way. Oh, one more. Oh, fucking cunt. Oh. Come on, finish that. Let's go. Yeah, keep it smooth. Oh, yeah. I think that was matched. I don't know. I miscounted. Just a little one. There you go. And again. Good. One more. One more. Keep it smooth. Let's go. No, mate. We're all good. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this video up on the phone. We're back at home. Now, did that session go to plan? No, not really. I was kind of considering... No, that's not going to rest there. I was kind of considering not filming it. Or not filming it, sorry. Not including it in the video. And then just filming my next session and putting that in the video. But I want to be real. I want to be honest. Look, not every session is always going to go to plan. I had a shit night's sleep last night. Wasn't feeling great. I'm making it... These aren't excuses. Well, they are excuses, but I'm accepting it for what it is. It was a shit session. My elbow was hurting from push the other day. On every sort of row or pull down, it was just not feeling great. And it is what it is. I still went in. I still did what I could. And that's just that, right? But while I was in the gym, I'm pretty sure I forgot to mention... when we sat down at the beginning of the video to talk about the cost of bodybuilding, I didn't even mention like blood tests, because that's an important thing, right? That's something that you need to pay for, something that you should be doing before your prep, after your prep, during your prep, all the fucking time, really, as a bodybuilder. If you're willing to take it to the point where you are taking steroids, you're taking drugs, you also need to be willing to do the necessary precautions to make sure that you are putting yourself in the safest position possible. It's only right. We spoke about supplementation. That includes like your health supps and stuff, which is quite expensive a lot of the time, but didn't touch on blood tests, and blood tests is something that's very, very important. So I highly recommend. Again, that's not directly for the show, so it wouldn't have been included in the list anyway, but that is a sub payment that you kind of need to... Does that make sense? You know what I'm trying to say? That needs to be taken into consideration before you compete, or when you compete, or when you bodybuild. Not just compete, when you bodybuild. Even naturally, like, you should be taking your bloods. You should be checking everything, right? So I just thought, you know, before we do wrap the video up, I would get that in there. For the people who watch this, who maybe neglect that side of things, that's something that you definitely shouldn't neglect. But yeah, we're just sat here chilling, me and Apollo. Lucy is at work. We've just had our post-workout, and the next meal was actually quite a couple hours later after we trained. Yeah, pretty pissed with today's session, but it is what it is. We got a rest day tomorrow. We're going to rest and recover. And then we're going to be back to training on Friday. And then on Saturday, we are going down to Train with Intent gym, to train with Tommy, Big Tom Taylor. So that'll be cool. And I'll take the camera and we'll film that. So yeah, Friday's push session will be good. Not going to film that one, but we'll film. It's going to be 2 back days in a row, so I apologise. But hopefully the next back day video, the next video is going to be a good one. And it will be with Big Tom Taylor, so it should be a good laugh. And a new gym to try out as well. We're going to take Apollo because it's actually his birthday on Saturday. His first birthday. Crazy. I cannot believe we've had him for a whole year. Well, he's been alive for a whole year. It's mental. Look at him. Fucking weirdo. We've got him a cake and everything. A dog biscuit cake and a birthday boy hat and all this stuff. We're gonna spoil him rotten. Gonna give him a steak and some eggs for dinner. It's gonna be awesome. I will include that in the vlog for sure. But yeah, no, I will wrap the video up here. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.